Welcome back to Breslov campus. Some insights into this period called the Shovavim. To explain, we are now in the 6 weeks from the Parsha of Shmot leading to the Parsha of Mishpatim, 6 Parshas, and they're called Shovavim. The word is made up of the first letters of the Parshas. You have Shmot, Va'era, Bo, Beshalach, Yitro, Mishpatim. That spells out Shovavim. Rav Nosson explains that in these parshas, because we are reliving the descent into the Egyptian exile, so we relive it. In other words, every year we have a type of a down. And he says, Rav Nosson, the word Shovavim is from the root also Shovav, where someone walks around like airheaded, not knowing what's flying, being totally out of it, not having a clarity of knowledge and understanding of what's happening in their life and of their goal and their purpose. Everything is mumbled and upside down, shovav. Because of that, there are additional devotions suggested for people to do. So, for example, in Breslov circles, it is suggested to do extra tehillim during these 6 weeks. For example, if you're someone who does every day 1 chapter, to consider saying 2 chapters. If it's too much, then do 1.5. Whatever you can, your capabilities allow you to do. There's more of a stress, if possible and accessible, to go more regularly in these 6 weeks to visit holy sites, such as if you have the merit of being here in the Holy Land, to be by the Western Wall in Yerushalayim, the graves of tzaddikim like King David, Shimon HaTzadik, Shmuel HaNavi, Meron, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, Tzfat, whatever you have accessible. And if you have a big merit to be in the Ukraine, by the Baal Shem Tov's kever, the Chafetz Chaim's kever, the Vilna Gaon, Rabbi Nachman, Rabbi Yitzchak of Berdichev, tons of tzaddikim in Morocco, tzaddikim in the United States, in New York, in Toronto, wherever, in Los Angeles, graves of tzaddikim, okay? That also is stressed, because in these weeks we need a boost, we need a higher boost in order to maintain. So because of that, devotions which can help a person re-energize are stressed. And a few of the biggest reboosting, energizing devotions is Tehillim and also graves of tzaddikim, because it's connecting to a source of light and holiness above your own personal level to assist you in doing what you're supposed to be doing. So these are stressed, for example. Also, some have the custom to do a type of fasting, even though Rabbi Nachman was very against optional fasts. Once Rabbi Nachman said like this: whoever does not come to be by me for Rosh Hashanah should not fast what's called optional fasts. We're not talking about the obligatory fasts mentioned in the code of Jewish law, such as Yom Kippur, the 9th of Av, the 17th of Tammuz, the 10th of Tevet, etc. Those ones we have to do. We have no choice. It's an obligation in the code of Jewish law. But when a person takes upon himself optional fasts for repentance purposes, Rabbi Nachman was very against that. And he said the body is too precious to destroy with fasts and self-mortification. Better to work on your body by being excessive in davening, in prayer, as opposed to fasting, and also to give charity. So some people have these fasts, and like I said, Rabbi Nachman, I have to get back to what I said, sorry. Rabbi Nachman said, whoever does not come to be by me for Rosh Hashanah should not fast, because it for sure won't help, it will cause only damage. And he also said, and someone who does come to be by me for Rosh Hashanah has no need to fast. So whichever way you look at it, there's no fasting here. So because of that, as an alternative, in Breslov communities here in Israel, some have the custom once a week in these 6 weeks of the Shovavim to refrain from animal products one day. A type of refrainment. No proteins one day. One day, no animal products, no dairy, fish, eggs, one day. To eat instead vegetarian, vega, right? To eat other options of eating, fine. So this is the weeks of Shovavim. And again, the push is to help us get out of our Egypt. Because we're resent into our personal Egypt for a reason, for a purpose, to recollect holy sparks that belong to us, which are still left behind. Whether we did tshuva or we converted or whatever, you have a past, and you have to collect still items which still belong to you. So this is the idea of reliving the weeks of Shovavim. and to do the work successfully, you need extra devotions that will help you to do so. And this is the meaning behind these additional devotions for the 6 weeks of Shovavim.